But it's interesting what Brian says there about Villarreal, and it's nearly about Unai Emery himself, their coach as a manager. And he was saying in the press conference before this one, we don't want Villarreal to be a sort of a passing thing in the Champions League. We want to be here to stay, and winning a tie like this will really establish them. You could nearly say that about him. So much success in the Europa League. Can he become an established sort of top manager with perhaps Villarreal, perhaps somewhere else?
Yeah, he's proved, obviously, in European football that he is a top manager. He's won competitions, and I think at the big clubs, at Arsenal, at PSG, it didn't probably go his way all the time. But Villarreal, we've seen against Man United, certainly in the group stages, they gave them real problems, and I think he comes up with plans for games. They don't have. Probably have a style of play which they'll be their basis, but in terms of individual games, he comes up with good plans, and he's a very good manager. I think at Arsenal he probably changed it too much at times, too often, but certainly in European competition he's a very wily manager and someone who can cause problems for Juve. His
reference to Juventus, Brian, was that they are favourites, but we have to respond through our teamwork. So he clearly feels that maybe they're the bigger names, have the bigger stars, but the way he gets his team playing and organised gives them a chance.
Well, it's always been their stamp of overcoming. It's a relatively big club in some terms, but it's from a very small place with a small population. They do extraordinarily well. I've always been impressed by their organisation, by the tactics Richard talks about. They always seem to have a plan for every game. But they're a possession-based team. They like to control the possession in the match. They don't mind being sitting back and controlling the areas of the pitch where the opposition play in. But they're always very efficient with the ball when they have Amparo in the middle of the field, Capoe, who we know for years he's knocking around England, Spurs and Watford. Now they've two more ex-Spurs players playing, who Aurier is mixed right back. He can, give away penalties, makes mistakes, but gets up and down the line well. Lo Celso, Emery will get good out of Lo Celso. Spurs didn't. So he plays up front with Njama, who's a good goal scorer. He got 17 goals last year for Bournemouth. He was a big signing for them. Spent a lot of money in their terms getting him. But he's a good player. But they're just very efficient. Always bringing through a few young players. The wide lad Jeremy Pino was broken into the Spanish team. I admire them. It might be too much for them tonight.
Yeah, you don't think they'll go through tonight?
I wouldn't be surprised, but I think Juventus will have too much for them.
Give us a prediction, Richard.
Yeah, I think just Juventus have the know-how. I think at this stage of the competition, that's very important, and I fancy them to win tonight.
OK, well, if highlights of Juventus